I've been on the low, I've been taking my time.
The endocrine system consists of a wide distributed group of glands that secrete regulatory substances called hormones. Because these substances are released directly into the blood, the endocrine glands are known as ductless glands. Despite the fact that hormones in the blood reach all parts of the body, only certain tissues respond. The tissue that is influenced by specific hormone is called the target tissue. The cell that makes these tissues have specific receptors on their membranes, to which the hormone attaches, enabling to act on the cell. Hormones are produced in extremely small amounts and highly potent. By means of their action on various target tissues, they affect growth, metabolism, reproductive activity, and behavior. Chemically, hormones fall into two categories: steroid hormones made from lipids and hormones made from amino acids, which include proteins and protein-like compounds. Steroids are produced by the sex glands, known as gonads, and the outer region of the cortex of the adrenal glands. All of the remaining endocrine glands produce amino acid hormones. The production of hormones is controlled mainly by negative feedback. Thus, the hormone itself, or some product of hormone activity, acts as a control over further manufacture of the hormone, a self-regulating system. Hormone production also may be controlled by nervous stimulation or by other hormones. Endocrine glands are glands that have no duct and release their secretion directly into the intracellular fluid or into the blood. A collection of endocrine glands makes up endocrine system: the pituitary, anterior and posterior lobes, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, where we have cortex and medulla, pancreas and gonads. Pituitary gland, hypophysis, is a small gland beneath the brain. It is divided into two: an anterior lobe, adenohypophysis, and a posterior lobe, neurohypophysis. Both lobes are connected to and controlled by the hypothalamus part of the brain. The anterior pituitary releases 6 hormones. One of these is growth hormone, somatotropin, which stimulates the growth of bones and acts on other tissues as well. The remainder of the pituitary hormones regulate other glands, including the thyroid, adrenals, gonads, and mammary glands. These hormones are released in response to substances, releasing hormones that are sent to the anterior pituitary. From the hypothalamus, they can be identified by the ending tropin, as in gonadotropin. The adjective ending is tropic. The posterior pituitary releases 2 hormones that are actually produced in the hypothalamus. These hormones, antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin, are stored in the posterior pituitary until nervous signals arrive from the hypothalamus to trigger their release. Antidiuretic hormone acts on the kidneys to conserve water and also promotes constriction of blood vessels. Both of these actions serve to increase blood pressure. Oxytocin stimulates uterine contraction and promotes milk letdown in the breast during lactation. The thyroid gland consists of 2 lobes on either sides of the larynx and the upper trachea. It secretes a mixture of hormones, mainly thyroxine T4 and tridothyronine T3, because thyroid hormones contain iodine. Most thyroid hormone in the blood is bound to protein, mainly thyroid binding globulin. On the posterior surface of the thyroid are 4 to 6 tiny parathyroid glands that affect calcium metabolism. Parathyroid hormone increases the blood level of calcium. It works with the thyroid hormone, thyrocalcitonin, which lowers blood calcium to regulate calcium balance. The adrenal glands, located at the top of each kidney, are divided into 2 distinct regions: an outer cortex and an inner medulla. The hormones produced by this gland are involved in the body's response to stress. The cortex produces steroid hormones, cortisol, aldosterone, and small amounts of sex hormones. Cortisol, hydrocortisone, mobilizes reserves of fats and carbohydrates to increase the level of these nutrients in the blood. It also acts on the kidneys to conserve sodium and water while eliminating potassium. The adrenal cortex also produces small amounts of sex hormones, mainly testosterone, but their importance is not well understood. The medulla of the adrenal gland produces two similar hormones, epinephrine, also called adrenaline, and norepinephrine, or also called noradrenaline. These are released in response to stress and works with the nervous system to help the body meet challenges. The endocrine portions of the pancreas are the pancreatic isolates, small clusters of cells within the pancreatic tissue. The term isolate, meaning small islands, is used because these cells look like little islands in the midst of many pancreatic cells that secrete digestive juices. The isolate cells produce two hormones, insulin and glucagon, that regulate sugar metabolism. Insulin increases cellular use of glucose. This decreases sugar levels in the body. Glucagon has the opposite effect on increasing blood sugar levels. The thymus is considered an endocrine gland because it secretes a hormone, thymosin, which stimulates the T lymphocytes of the immune system. The gonads are also included because in addition to producing sex cells, they secrete hormones. Other organs, including the stomach, kidney, heart, and small intestines, also produce hormones. Finally, prostaglandins are a group of hormones produced by many cells. They have a variety of effects, including stimulation of uterine walls contraction, promotion of inflammatory response, and vasomotor activities. They are called prostaglandins because they were first discovered in the prostate gland.